Good morning, and welcome to Winnipeg. Hello to the Big Apple. You know, when I was getting the New York Cup this morning, I was trying to think, when was the last time I was in New York? And I thought, oh my goodness, where was I living when I went down there? And I'm realizing that I was living in the house before I moved to this one. So we're talking almost 40 years ago, I guess. Yeah. And I think the first time that I went would have been about 60 years ago. Yeah. I noticed a big change in the Big Apple, like New York City, from the first time I went there back in the I guess it was late 60s. To the time that I went there about 40 years ago. And I can well imagine I would notice a huge change now if I was to go down there. I don't think I ever will. I sort of don't like to go anywhere anymore. Yeah, just going to the doctor's office, I have to almost plan a trip. Anyway, what are we going to do here? I also was sitting here and I was looking at this and I was wondering, why is it that I did not use it when I did the USS Iowa? And then I remembered, it is awkward when it comes to spraying. Yes, it's handy to be able to turn it, you know, and have it this way or that way for putting on, you know, like the taping the side or stuff like that. But it's just, I'm not going to use it. I've decided I'm not going to. We can go ahead and put these cross members on. On a canoe, I think you'd call them thwarts, but I don't think you'd call them thwarts on a battleship or a aircraft carrier. So I am not going to use this as I had planned. Now let's be careful here. Let's not break anything. Okay, I'll put this in the back room. I'm not gonna throw it out because it could well be that the next build I might decide to use it. So my house is so full of bits and pieces and jigs from stuff that I've made, like down in my workshop. I've got a whole bunch of stuff I should be throwing out, but anyway, enough about that. Okay, so yeah, let's just go ahead and we're going to glue these in place. I think. Okay, the short one goes here. Anyway, we'll do it on camera. Oh, I did go down to the workshop yesterday and worked on the bike box. I made fairly good progress. If you remember, I only got 2 9-inch pieces cut the first time. Oh, that's so pathetic. It's terrible, actually. But yesterday I got all the other pieces cut for the sides, and I found scrap plywood that's going to be just perfect for the sides. I'll cut that today. I'll do a little bit every day. Bill's cycle is closed this week anyway. I think they're taking a bit of a holiday before their busy season. So he sent me an email. JR sent me an email, and he said we're going to be closed for this next week. So yeah, so they won't be assembling my bike this week, but that's okay. It snowed last night a little bit. I'm sure not going to be going out there on the streets anyway. What do we got here? Oh my goodness, minus 10.4 Celsius. That's the way it goes. Okay. Let's recompose here. We can get ourselves ready for you know who, and there we go. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that we have to do here. I'm not going to be doing anything with the new little guns until we actually get to that stage where we have to start placing them. Then I'll figure out how to get them out of their little holders and so on. And I still haven't checked the Midwest Model Shop's infomercial as to how to break those out. And I agree with that viewer that Ben has a fantastic channel, and I replied something to the effect of that I usually don't watch a whole lot of other creators for any length of time because it'll take away from what I want to do here. And believe it or not, this model table has sort of become my life. Well, you probably do believe it. And in the summertime, a little bit with the bike, but yeah, this is what keeps me going. It helps me to you might say fight depression because you want to keep optimistic and have something to look forward to. And if you start dwelling on the fact that hey, my mom's gone, my dad's gone, my wife's gone, a person could get depressed, and so it sort of helps, Yeah, let's not get into that. Let's get into gluing these down. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, just let me take this off here again so that you can see how this is supposed to go. And yeah, I think that what I'll do is I'll just put some extra thin around this area and the same thing around here. Well, maybe I could sort of bathe these a little bit, but I just want to do a dry run here. Make sure that this is actually going to go down all the way quite easily. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. That's going to fit okay. Why does this one not want to stay down? Oh, it's probably because the hull is springing a little bit. Yeah, that's right. It's sort of pushing it together. I might have to just put a little bit of a weight on that just to hold it down until the glue sets. Okay, let's do our thing here now. Try and hold this so that you can see what I'm doing. Get lots of it in there. I think when I raised the applicator out of the bottle the last time, I dropped most of it off. Or rather, I wiped it off on the edge of the rim of the bottle. Okay, just a little bit more here. I think this is I know I have a tendency to put lots on, or too much on, but I think this is an area where it wouldn't hurt to have a little extra. Okay, now we should be able to fit this in there. Okay, now what can I use for a weight? Would this stay there? Don't anybody move. Okay, you know how I'm big at showing my mistakes. Okay, so here's a mistake I made. I'm on the last one right now. I put the middle one on, and I went to put the last one on, and it wouldn't go down all the way. And I thought it doesn't look right because let me see if I can get something here to demonstrate. And okay, now I see this edge right here that I'm sitting on. Okay, they're supposed to be flush, and it wouldn't go down. It was sort of proud of that edge, like I'm showing right now. And so I thought, well, what's wrong here? So I took it back out. Of course, I got a bit of a gooey mess going on here now, but I'm noticing that there was a little piece of plastic in here that didn't come out. So we're going to just try and get that out right now. Now I don't want to go down too far because then I'm going to go. Okay, I think it's probably going to make it now. I'll get that out of there. Oh, another thought I had is before, when we come to the place where we have to fasten the deck down onto this thing, I want to make sure that I have my wiring figured out, because a lot of the wiring is going to have to come up from the bottom. Okay, let's just sort of rehydrate that now and see what we can do. Okay, now I did rehydrate everything else. I'm pretty sure this is gonna work. All right, here we go. And we'll get it locked in the other one. Yeah, that looks better to me. Let's just double check that. Is it? I can get this in here somehow. Maybe like this. Well, now it seems to be too low. Oh, you know what? It's not supposed to be flush. It was supposed to be. Yeah, I've checked the other ones. It is supposed to be a little bit lower. And these things that I'm touching right now are supposed to be the same height. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, sure, that makes sense. We'll get it yet, folks. We'll get it yet. Well, there might be snow on the roof, but there's fire in the furnace. Good morning, Max.
Morning. Missy, don't pull.
Missy, are you pulling again? Are you pulling again?
It's so slippery with that light snow on the ice. And the little flakes are like ball bearings.
I know.
You gave a tug and I almost went down.
Oh my goodness. Missy, are you making like a sled dog, huh?
Oh,
You're not a sled dog, you're a labradoodle.
you got some bananas.
Yes, when I went to that little store yesterday, when I went to the EKG, there's that little store there, and I thought, hey, I wonder if they have bananas, and it turned out they were the same price as Superstore.
Wow.
But I think that store is a subsidiary of Superstore, but I could be wrong. Because they talked about President's Choice stuff and that kind of stuff. So.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get those bananas in bags tonight, Missy. Don't worry. Yeah, we'll get those bananas bagged.
It's a nice bright day.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a bright day. It looks warmer than it actually is. At least I think it looks warmer than it is.
Yes, it does. It looks like it's really warm. Minus 14. I don't know, it'd be 0 Fahrenheit, I suppose, around.
You know, it's been so long since I've thought in Fahrenheit that I have to calculate it out in my mind now. But feet, inches, that sort of thing, I'm still thinking in feet and inches.
Yeah, I have to switch over. Every 10 centimeters is 4 inches, and that's what I go by.
Yeah. Well, unless it's something really small, then I think in millimeters, but then I always have. If it's really, really small.
How's the work going today?
It's going. It's going. Yeah.
That's a good report, isn't it, Missy? It's going.
Well, let me know when you're finished scratching there. Okay.
Anytime now.
Anytime, yeah.
Thanks, Uncle.
Okay, we'll see you.
Let's go this way, Missy. Don't pull me over.
See you later, Missy.
Thanks, Rod.
Yeah, that ice is slippery with the fresh snow on it. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. All right. Now, I think what I'm going to do here, before I go any further, is I'm going to fix my remote here so I don't need to hold the battery compartment shut with an elastic band. That shouldn't take too long because I already kind of know what I'm going to do. And it'll be easier to show you afterwards what I did than try and describe what it is I'm going to do. So, yeah, bear with me here. We'll be back to our model here probably in, I'm guessing, half an hour. Okay, I got to admit it did, well, it didn't actually take me more than half an hour, but more than half an hour has passed. And this is what I've come up with here. See if I can actually do this on camera. It's kind of, you might say, spring-loaded. The batteries, when you put the batteries in, they hold it tight here. So this has to come out. And, you know, before I was holding it together with elastic bands. Now we're holding it together with, sorry to be getting my hands in your way. With this, it seems to be working pretty good, actually. And it is still working. So I guess I didn't do any damage on the inside. Okay. You can see our line that we drew here. It's a little bit faint right here, but I can sort of see where it's supposed to be. Just as long as it's, you know, as long as I remember that this line is the top of the boot line. So we got to get the black sprayed along here, and it has this. The spray will have to be at least that wide, and because, as I and other viewers have mentioned, because we're going to be using the airbrush, it's going to feather out, and that way there won't be a real definitive mark when I, you know, come up with the hull red and down with the 82, and then we got this black there. It would actually show through, but because we're going to be using the airbrush, it won't be too bad. Yeah, so I guess the thing I've got to do now is get the spray booth over here, and I don't know if I want to do that today yet or not. You know, I kind of wanted to go downstairs and work on my bike box extension a little bit, and I'm going to be getting a coffee visitor at 3:30. So what do we got? We got roughly 12:30. So I got 3 hours. Well, I can get the spray booth over here and get set up. And then I think I'm going to go downstairs and work on the bike box. Well, let's get the spray booth over here and see how it goes. Okay, my plan is to have the spray booth a little bit more over this way, more in front of me. At least that's the plan. So I don't want to have it too close either. Okay. There was something stuck underneath the spray booth there. I think we should do a bit of a dry run. Move a little bit more to the right here. My right. Okay. So let's get the hull here, and I think I've basically got a you might call it a skidway. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay. Now, I'm going to probably want to have it at an angle like this. Yeah, something like that would work. All right, so we're just doing a dry run here. All right, I'm spraying. I move it a little bit. I could spray. Yeah, it looks like I can go all the way through. And it's starting to go over the other end of the model table at the far end. But we can do it. So this is basically going to work. All right. Now I wish that the hull was on the inside here, but it's not. So we are going to have some overspray mist going into the room here. You know, I have not changed the filters in my spray booth for a long time. And I think maybe I should just quickly go and grab a new filter and do that. What there is there's actually 3 filters in there. And what I do is I take the one that's on the back and move it to the front, and then I put a brand new one on the back, and I throw away the one that was on the front. I'll show it to you. You'll probably notice that it will have a lot of paint in it. At least it's where I've done it once before, or was it twice before? Anyway, I'm pretty sure I got a new filter down in the basement that'll fit this. It won't fit, these filters will not fit my furnace, so they're the same ones that I've got in my big air cleaner downstairs that you saw me using in the workshop. What do we got here? 1 o'clock. You know what? I think I'm gonna call her a day. And then I'll change my filters, and I'm going to work on the bike box, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.